Welcome back to the Observatory of Fame, the Library of Whispered Secrets, and the only channel where we treat celebrity news not as gossip, but as a study of the human condition. You are watching Mr. Magazine, and I am your guide through the labyrinth of the elite. Today, we turn our gaze toward a story that reminds us that no matter how bright the spotlight shines, the deepest truths are often hidden in the shadows of the family home. It is a story of a mother's intuition, a daughter's silence, and a love that perhaps, just perhaps, refuses to die. But before we open this delicate dossier, I must ask for your support. If you believe in journalism that respects the complexity of the heart, please destroy that subscribe button and activate the notification bell. We are building a community of thinkers here. For those who wish to step behind the velvet rope, the join button is your key. Members get exclusive access and help us keep the lights on in this studio. Your likes and comments are the fuel for our engine, so please, let us know you are watching. Now, take a seat. We need to talk about Hazal Subaşı, Erkan Meriç, and the words that have set the industry on fire. In the meticulously curated world of celebrity, actors are often the architects of their own narratives. They control the interviews, they filter the Instagram posts, and they script the public appearances. However, there is one variable that no PR team can fully control: the family. Hazal Subaşı, a woman known for her elegance, her rising star power, and her fiercely guarded private life, has recently found her fortress breached not by a paparazzo, but allegedly by her own bloodline. The rumor that has rocked the gossip columns this week does not come from a set insider or a jealous rival. It comes, reportedly, from her mother. During a candid, unguarded moment with her inner circle, a space where walls are supposed to come down, Hazal's mother is alleged to have uttered a sentence that carries the weight of 1,000 headlines: "My daughter still loves Erkan very much." Let us pause and dissect the gravity of this claim. In Turkish culture, the mother is often seen as the keeper of the emotional hearth. She is the observer who sees what the cameras do not: the tears behind the closed doors, the silence at the breakfast table, the lingering glances at old photographs. If these words were indeed spoken, they are not merely gossip, they are a matriarchal testimony. The statement suggests that the chapter between Hazal Subaşı and Erkan Meriç, which the world assumed was closed, is merely suspended in animation. It implies that while Hazal projects an image of a woman who has moved on, focusing on her successful projects and her radiant public persona, her heart remains anchored in the past. It transforms the narrative from a breakups to an interruption. To understand why this single sentence has caused such a seismic shift, we must remember the history. Hazal Subaşı and Erkan Meriç were not just a couple, they were a phenomenon. Their chemistry on screen was so palpable, so raw, that it bled into reality, captivating a legion of fans who saw them as destiny personified. When they separated, it wasn't just a breakup; for many, it was the shattering of an illusion. For years, both parties have maintained a disciplined silence. They buried the relationship under the soil of professionalism. But this new allegation acts as a shovel, unearthing memories that fans, and perhaps the actors themselves, have tried to suppress. It raises the age-old question: is there such a thing as an unfinished story? Or are we simply projecting our desire for a happy ending onto two people who are trying to forget each other? I want to interrupt this analysis with a question for you, the jury of public opinion. Do you believe that a mother knows her child's heart better than anyone else? Or is this simply a case of a parent wishing for a past happiness to return? Is it possible to love someone years after letting them go? I want to read your deepest thoughts in the comments below. And if this deep dive storytelling resonates with you, please consider hitting the join button. Your support allows us to spend the time needed to craft these detailed scripts. The reaction, or rather, the lack thereof, from the principals in this drama is fascinating. In the face of such a personal leak, one might expect a denial. A statement saying, "My mother was misunderstood," or "these rumors are baseless." Yet, from the camps of both Hazal and Erkan, there is only radio silence. In the lexicon of celebrity gossip, silence is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it is a shield; it prevents the story from spiraling into a he said she said tabloid war. It protects their dignity. On the other hand, silence is often interpreted as an admission. As the old adage goes, qui tacet consentire videta, he who is silent appears to consent. By not denying the mother's words, they have inadvertently allowed the rumor to take root. Hazal's previous interviews, where she vaguely stated, "Everything in my life is going as it should," are now being re-examined under a microscope. Was that the statement of a woman content with her single life, or the deflection of a woman hiding a secret pain? The ambiguity is deafening. And what of Erkan Meriç? The handsome actor has adopted a monastic approach to his public image. His social media is a gallery of his work, his fitness, and his daily routine, a perfectly curated exhibit of a man living his best life. But look closer. There are no scandals, no parade of new partners, no messy outbursts. Some gossip columnists argue that his lifestyle is that of a man waiting. His silence mirrors Hazal's. It creates a symmetry that is hard to ignore. If he had truly moved on, would he not have been linked to someone else by now? Or is he, too, honoring the ghost of their relationship with a quiet vigil? The door haven't completely closed theory is gaining traction, suggesting that both actors are standing on opposite sides of a threshold, neither willing to cross it, but neither willing to lock the door. The introduction of the mother into this equation complicates everything. It brings the family factor to the forefront of celebrity commentary. When a parent speaks, it blurs the line between public speculation and private reality. Critics argue that this could simply be wishful thinking. Perhaps Hazal's mother adored Erkan. Perhaps she misses the dynamic he brought to the family. It is entirely natural for a parent to mourn a relationship that brought their child happiness. In this light, the comment might not be a reflection of Hazal's current feelings, but a reflection of the mother's nostalgia. However, others argue that a mother does not speak of love in the present tense, she still loves him unless she has witnessed evidence of it. Unless she has seen the sadness in her daughter's eyes when his name is mentioned. This interpretation paints a more tragic picture, a love that exists in private but is denied in public for the sake of careers and reputation. The fallout on social media has been swift and polarized. The fanbase is currently in the midst of a civil war. On one side, the romantics are ecstatic. They see this as validation of their loyalty. Love doesn't end easily, they tweet, sharing old clips of the couple with renewed hope. For them, the mother's words are a beacon in the dark, a sign that the reunion they have prayed for is inevitable. On the other side, the pragmatists are furious. They view this as a violation of Hazal's privacy. They argue that successful actors should be defined by their craft, not by whom they dated years ago. They fear that this emotional comment will overshadow Hazal's hard work and drag her back into a melodrama she has tried to escape. Let them live, they demand, urging the media to respect the boundaries of the past. Hazal Subaşı has famously lived by the principle, "What I've experienced is my own." This stoic philosophy has served her well. It has allowed her to build a career independent of her relationships. But this rumor challenges that philosophy. It drags the experienced into the exposed. Friends close to Hazal claim she is uncomfortable with this exposure. They say she chooses not to display her feelings not because they don't exist, but because she refuses to perform her grief or her love for the public consumption. This dignity, ironically, only makes her more fascinating. In an era of oversharing, her refusal to engage makes the mystery of her heart the ultimate puzzle. So, where do we go from here? All eyes are now fixed on the calendar. Every upcoming gala, every premiere, every interview will be scrutinized. Body language experts will be watching for the slightest crack in the armor. Will Hazal's eyes dart away when asked about love? Will Erkan post a song with cryptic lyrics? The gossip world knows that sometimes, a single phrase is enough to change the course of history. Hazal's mother may have just lit a match in a room filled with gasoline. Whether it burns the house down or simply provides a fleeting warmth remains to be seen. As we close this chapter, we are left with more questions than answers. The story of Hazal and Erkan is a testament to the fact that celebrity is a performance, but love, or the memory of it, is a reality that cannot always be scripted. We will, of course, keep our ear to the ground. If the silence breaks, if a statement is made, or if destiny intervenes, you will hear it here first. Before you go, I have one final question for you. If you were in Hazal's shoes, would you address the rumor or stay silent? Let's discuss this strategy in the comments. And remember, if you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, the best way to support Mr. Magazine is to click that join button. It gives you a special badge, priority in comments, and helps us keep the truth alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow drama enthusiasts. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your heart guarded. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.